Hi, Witchy School of Wisdom, folks. How are you? Welcome to my magical room in the Witchy School of Wisdom. Madam Z here. Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday. And what is Wednesday? Wednesday means I go live in the Witchy School of Wisdom for Witchy Wisdom Wednesday. Hey, Breezy. Welcome to the magical room in Witchy School of Wisdom. How are you? And Neely's here. Hi, Neely. How is everyone? Don't you just hate the glare off my glasses? I'm like, ugh. So if you're here, please say hello. Brennan's here. Hey, Brennan. Hi, Neely. Hope you're having a good evening. It's nice and cool here in Austin, Texas, finally. So I'm enjoying the nice weather. So I've actually been like working out twice every day, even for like 15 minutes. So I get up in the morning. It's been really nice. I get up in the morning, do my morning stretches, do a little bit of 15-minute workout, go on with my day, and then about a couple hours afterwards, I do some 15 more minute workouts. Hey, Amethyst, I kind of like doing it in little chunks like that. So it all adds up to about an hour and a half every day. So I really like the little small workouts better than like, hey, Breezy, better than just having to like carve out an entire hour at one time of your day. So weather has been really nice. I'm going to invite some people in before we get started. Mariah is supposed to join us, but I know she is sick and has a cold. So hopefully she will join us. We'll get some people in. Let me get some on comments. Victoria's here. Hi, Victoria. Hello, my sister. So how is everyone on this Witchy Wednesday? If you are here live, please give me some hearts and some thumbs up, some cool emojis, and we're going to spend about half an hour, 45 minutes together, depending on how I feel, depending what Spirit says, depending on how much I want to talk. So we're just going to hang out together for about 30 to 45 minutes. So get you some hot tea, some coffee, some wine, some magical brew as we all sit and just chat. I don't have anything really planned. I know we're going to talk a little bit about prosperity and what is going on in the universe and how to manifest prosperity, a little bit of tips. And then other than that, it's just going to be a free-for-all. Really, we're just sitting down around the coffee table amongst witches today, and we are just gabbing it up. So nothing super planned. We are just hanging out in great company today around the Witchy School of Wisdom Roundtable. So welcome everyone. If you guys are watching the replay, hit hashtag replay and I will give you some love afterwards. Hey Mariah, thanks for joining me. So Madam Z here. I want to introduce myself to everyone because you got some new people in the group, and I want to reintroduce people who have not been seen me live. So my name is Madam Z, and I'm a Magickal Life coach, and I empower women coming out of the witchy broom closet through metaphysical classes and through magic. So when you work with me one-on-one, you get a little bit of magic and a whole lot of empowerment. So all that cool stuff. So, ooh, it's rainy out. Starting to pick up. The wind's starting to pick up. So welcome to the Witchy School of Wisdom. So before we get started, what is going on in the background? Because I know you're just like, Susie, Madam Z has not been really active in the group. Well, I'll tell you why. Even though the posts are coming in, I have daily themes. I have been working on redoing the daily themes. So you guys will see some new daily. Hey, Shelly. Hey, welcome, my sister. You guys will see some new daily themes coming up. I'm working on the background of doing all the graphics, getting everything done, the post, your prompts up. So that's why I've been kind of quiet for that. I have a huge announcement coming up, and I'll probably drop some teasers about that end of next week, maybe. My inner circle has already been privy to that, some of it. So if you're in my inner circle, you have gotten emails, you have gotten text messages, you have gotten DMs. So I have been sliding in some of your DMs about what's going on. But I will open all that stuff up to the public probably in December. So I'm working very, very hard in the background for you guys, creating packages, creating courses, creating all kinds of cool stuff and offers for you guys. So I hope Shelly's doing well. Hey, Shelly, guess what? And I shouldn't be doing this, but because I'm trying to lose weight, but I have really wanted to start breaking or making bread. So if you hear noise in the background, ignore that. They're putting in a new stove and taking out the old one. And hopefully my dog doesn't start barking. But so that was in honor of Shelly because she is our kitchen witch, our resident kitchen witch in the Witchy School of Wisdom, and she has her own bakery, her mobile bakery, and she actually sets up shop at her local farmer's market, and she bakes some really, really awesome bread. So I was like, I want to start baking bread. So I think I'm just going to start with basic white bread, which is hilarious because I always say basic witch, but basic bread and see how that goes. I used to make bread a lot and homemade butter, and I've kind of gotten away with it, but I kind of miss it. I need some kind of therapeutic something, and that's going to be, I'm going to be doing some more kitchen magic, especially since we have a new stove, which our old stove is just horrible. I think it's probably the original stove that came with the apartment, with the housing. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome. Thanks for joining me live. And so they're replacing that. So hopefully I'll get some more joy out of cooking healthier things for sure. And I want to get away from store-bought bread, and I want to be more in control of what I put in my body. Let me know. I have some great easy. I need some, Shelly. Sharing some kitchen magic recipes with us. Yeah, ghee. I used to make homemade butter also. But here's the thing. When you're doing homemade stuff, you want to put your intentions in it. And I'm going to be doing some kitchen magic with it. And I'm going to be writing and doing some prosperity sigils in it. But with homemade bread and homemade butter, it does not last long. You have to eat it within like 2 or 3 days, else it starts to get moldy. And I'm like, damn, that means I got to eat that whole loaf of freaking bread. So that's the only downside of it. But I want more control of what I eat and how I make my bread instead of going to the store. So wish me luck on that one. We'll see. I'll post some pictures of it. See what happens. Are there any other kitchen witches in the group? If you are, please say hello. Put some hearts up. I'm hoping that this stove will reignite my passion for healthier cooking. Right now, I hate cooking on it, so I'm just grabbing everything as fast food, and it is not healthy for me. But I hate that stove. So let's talk a little bit about money and prosperity and what is going on in the universe. It is almost 2020, y'all. We have what, a month or so, 2 months, something like that, going into November, end of December. So we are in the final push of people who own businesses to get their money in, people who need money for Christmas, for bills, extra money on top of the bills so your children or your witchlings can have a wonderful Yule holiday. The family's coming over, so you're going to be cooking for extra people, so you need more money to do that. Everybody now needs a little bit of extra money on top of what we already make because it's that kind of energy right now. Let me catch up on comments. Neely loves kitchen witchery. I know, I want to get more. I used to love to bake and cook all the time, and then I quit. And now I want to get back into it so I can have more control of what I eat and so I can be healthier. And Elizabeth said, I used to love baking, but I lost my mojo the last few years. I used to bring, I know, I don't know what happened. I'm the same boat, Elizabeth. I used to love it, and now I just don't. I'm hoping if I get back into it, I'll find the love for baking and cooking again. But I want to do more, I want to do healthier cooking, and I want to do more like Mediterranean stuff, Mediterranean diet, more fish. And So I'm hoping that this new stove will help me get my magic back in the kitchen instead of just microwaving everything, which is not really good for you, actually. It changes the molecules, but that's a whole other thing. So I know people are scrambling for money. I know people want to manifest money. Has anybody here done any spell work for money? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a couple things that you can do to start getting money moving and attracting money. And I have these wonderful cards, these money cards that I'm going to share with you. These are some really cool cards. So I'll share those with you. Olives, yes, olives. Those are my favorite. I can really eat one of those farmer's plates all the time with cheeses and breads and olives and dried fruit and nuts. I could just do a whole plate and I would be totally satisfied. I love farmer plates. Love them. So if anybody is struggling with money and wants to manifest new money, let's talk about some ways to do this. I am, as you probably know, I am working with Marie Laveau. And I give her coffee every day, and I give her money every day. And she has an altar, and I have showed or shared pictures, I believe, in the group of my Marie Laveau ritual. But I want to give you, or altar, I'm sorry, a couple of things that you can do when it comes to working with the deity, or how I'm going to be doing my prosperity jar. I want to try something new. So this one is more about wealth and luck, and I want to share this spell with you. So you may want to get some pen and paper out, or you may just want to listen to the replay. It'll be up for a little bit, and then I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what to do, and then I will actually tell you, pull a card for you guys and where you are in your wealth and where you're stuck at, and probably pull some prosperity cards too for everyone, because I know you guys need some money as far as, and here's the biggest thing. I struggle with this, and you know I'm very honest in what I do and how I practice my witchcraft. And I struggle with people who say, well, you need to change your relationship with money, or you need to journal it, or you need to write it out. The only thing I'm going to write out is a fucking spell. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to journal over it anymore. I don't want to do the whole remove your blocks. Well, remove, that's a different thing. A whole thing about you need to journal it and, you know, release the energy of not having money or whatever it is. Hold on one second. And we need money now, right? 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 We've got children to feed, family to feed. Christmas or Yule is coming up. You need presents. You need to have money for traveling. You need to have money to put this big, huge dinner on. It's kind of going to be tight, right? Money financially. So I don't want you guys to spend the time with this whole light and love stuff where you are just writing all this stuff out about money. You're journaling your feelings around money. That's not going. We don't want that right now. I need this now. I'm not in a desperate situation, and I know that I don't want you to feel like that, but I want you to feel like I got to have this now. And I don't want you to feel bad about thinking and feeling that you need this abundance and prosperity and luck in wealth in your life now, because a lot of the light and love people make you feel like you should feel guilty because you're in that mode of like, I want. Well, you know, you're at the point right now, especially the end of the year, where you're like, hey, Caitlin, the end of the year, we're like, yes, I do. And I'm not going to feel bad about it because I have got to have some extra money, and the holidays are coming up. I've got to get in some extra money, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. So I don't want those people to make you feel bad or guilty about being in that state of mind. And that's what happens when you deal with the shadow side. Hello, shadow side of money. I recognize you. Welcome, old friend. Right? So Shelly said, when I price my items is when I have the biggest internal struggle with myself. That is learning your worth. One thing that I used to do is when I was in corporate America and I had a salary, right? I would take what I made an hour. I'd break it down to what I would made an hour. And I probably would double that, because the back end of the business is when you are working at a corporate America and you just have one job, that's your one job. Okay? When you are in business for yourself, you are the janitor. So how much does the janitor make? You are the email person. So how much does the email system make? How much does it cost for you to purchase all your programs? How much does it cost for you in gas? How much does it cost for you to actually make your bread? So be the baker. So you want to incorporate all of that into your price of what you actually charge people, and then break it down at how much your cost is. But a lot of people do struggle with, and here's the thing that I've noticed, it's don't charge, and I've heard this before, don't charge for what, how is it? Don't charge for what you're worth, charge for your work. How much work are you putting into your business? And it's not, and here's the thing about when I do one-on-one clients too, and this is why it's a little bit expensive to work with me, because I get my clients huge results. Shelly can even testify to that. Mariah can testify to that. They've worked with me one-on-one before. Their life has completely changed because they have worked with me. But I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, it's because you need to know how much it costs for you to not only do, for Shelly, sit at the farmer's market. You've got to get up at what, 3 or 4 in the morning and make all this stuff. So you have to go to the grocery store and buy all this stuff. So what is your time for going and traveling and baking and cooking and decorating? You should be clocking how much time it makes for you, it takes for you to actually be in your job, not just at the farmer's market selling it. And hopefully that will help you with some pricing points. Let's see, Victoria, I know, I mean, I love Victoria. Me and Victoria kind of connect. So we're there at the same time. We're at the same place. The whole love and light kind of thing is just, I'm over it. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Robin. I'm kind of over it, because it's, love and light is great for some things, but other things you're just going to have to own your demons, and you're going to have to dance with the devil sometimes, and you're going to have to make love to your demons, and you're going to have to embrace it, and you're just going to be like, this is who I am. This is where I'm at right now. What good can I get out of this? How am I going to transform my life out of working with your shadow side? And that's what witches do. We work with our shadow side. We aren't afraid of being in like a desperate mode. We were like, yeah, I need to. My lights are about to get shut off. I've got to get some fucking money in here. Or, you know, I've got medicine coming up. How am I going to get some money to make medicine? That is when witches do the work, right? So Shelly said cookies are now $10 each. Girl, do it. I want you to experiment, Shelly. Put a couple of cookies out for $10 each and see what happens. And sell it as this wonderful enchanted type of cookie that was made on the full moon. If you can do that, I'm not sure if they're open to that, but make it this wonderful exotic type of gourmet cookie for $10 and put 2 or 3 out of there and just experiment. It's your business. You can charge as much as you want to. It's totally up to you, but I would love for you to see you do that and see how much people will buy that. Just experiment with it and see what happens. Hey, Shireen. Welcome to the live. Welcome, Bonnie. Liz is here. Hello, y'all. So let's talk a little bit about some things that you can do. Spell work. I am a spell master. I love spell work. Now, I was going to do a spell later on today, but I've decided I've been working all day on the back end stuff and getting copy done and scheduling stuff. So I'm not in a perfect frame of mind to do spell work. And that is the number one thing you need to do, is be in a great state of mind and not be in, here's the thing, you can be in the whole like, oh my God, I need some money, but don't be in a frame of mind where you're just very negative about it. And I'm just tired today. So I know that if I did a spell, it wouldn't be the best spell that I ever did because my energy is not level. I'm tired, and I know me. I know I will half-ass it. And I can't half-ass spells anymore. I've done that before, and it always backfires. So I know when you witch, you know thyself, right? You know when is a good time to do spells, and you know it's like, I just can't right now. I just need to take a break. I need to veg out. I need to eat something healthy. I need to go walking. I need to just get away. And then tomorrow maybe I'll do magic. So Shelly said, I love the idea. I would also tell other witches out there in my area that, yes, magical cookies with intentions are amazing. My one of my friends did that, and she did it with intentions, and hell, she charged $20 an hour. I mean, $20 a cookie. $20 a cookie. But that's Austin prices. So you want to gauge where you're at also. But I'm thinking $10. Put it out there and see what happens. Those will be for only your specialty customers, right? Cater to the higher end and see what happens. Experiment. Put a wrapper on a $10 cookie and see if it sells better. See, Victoria knows. Dress it up. Victoria is a beauty expert, beauty magic expert, so she knows how to dress things up to make things look really great and appealing. So, and gold represents money, right? Prosperity. So, we're going to talk a little bit how to bring in this new money energy. You always want to do it on the new moon. But I have a new spell that I want to try. I've tried all of them. I have one that's really good, but I'm just kind of wanting to branch out more. So I'm going to be working with Marie Laveau. And as you guys know, I love Marie Laveau. So these are some of the things that you need to bring in and supplies you need for this spell and this ritual. And this is a success and prosperity drawing ritual. Now, I have a question for you all. What's the difference between prosperity and abundance? Type in the comment of prosperity and abundance. What is the difference between prosperity and abundance? And I have a little bit of lag on my computer, so I'm going to wait a little bit for some comments to come in, and we'll see if you guys know the difference between prosperity and abundance, because it is a big difference on what you ask for. So I'm going to tell you what you need to ask for. So what is the difference, and not just the definition of, Webster, what is the magical difference between prosperity and abundance? Oh, I got a card backwards. Oh, this is a good one for everyone. I'm grateful every day for the money blessings in my life. If I can get that to focus. There we go. Oh, it's a cute card. I like that one. So, let me catch up on comments. To me, prosperity is quality and abundance is quantity. I love that one. Yes. So when you're doing a spell, you want to ask specifically for prosperity and not abundance. And I teach my clients this, my students this, because the universe doesn't see the difference. You have to be specific on what you want. Prosperity in flow of finances and positive abundance can come in all forms, correct? You're absolutely correct, Neely. So if you ask the universe, you're doing a spell and you're like, I just want abundance. I just want an abundance spell. You're not specific. Well, the universe is going to give you an abundance of car problems, an abundance of people coming knocking on your door wanting to stay with you because they don't have anybody to stay with, an abundance of bills, an abundance of health problems. So you don't want to just ask the universe for abundance. Okay? Let's get that straight. Do not ask the universe just a blanket statement of abundance, because you will get an abundance of socks, abundance of bills, an abundance of, laptop or computer problems, abundance of car wrecks. Whatever it is because the universe has said, well, you asked for an abundance, so that's what I gave you. Why are you mad at me? You asked exactly, hey, Alina, you asked exactly what, I gave you exactly what I asked. What you asked for. So when you do spell work, make sure you ask specifically what you want for prosperity when it comes to money. Prosperity, not abundance, prosperity. So let's get that straight. All right, let's go on to the success and prosperity drawing ritual. So what you're going to need for this ritual, and I'll pull cards for you guys later on, so don't go anywhere. Mariah said prosperity is related to actual finances. When being specific, abundance can be in any form. Correct. Absolutely right. Or patience. Yes. You're like, well, I did ask for patience. And then all this shit happens and you're like, damn, I did ask for patience. So for this drawing ritual for prosperity and success, you want a glass jar. And this is going to be your success and prosperity drawing jar. This is almost like a honey jar or a sugar jar, but this is a little bit different. And you want a toothpick or needle or some kind of carving. I use, oh my gosh, a porcupine needle. Ground cinnamon, or if you have magnetic sand. Then you want a talisman for wealth and luck. You want 9 shiny pennies, 6 green candles, money drawing incense, which is usually like cinnamon, patchouli, or some kind of form. Cinquefoil is another one. What is that? 5 fingers, a 3-finger root, I think it's, and crown of success. Oil is a good one. And what other one do I use? Marigolds. I use marigolds. So, let me switch my other ones. So, when you get all of that together, right? You want to take the jar itself and put it in a clockwise motion with the patchouli oil. So you're going to take oil on your hands, or you can just do a sigil on it and just rub the jar with oil. And you're going to do it in a clockwise motion, because clockwise is bringing it to you, counterclockwise is releasing it and putting it out and taking it away from you, and you don't want that. You want to draw the money to you. And you want to mark the jar with your initials, so the universe knows where you're at. This is your spell. This is your signature. So you want to just mark it with a pen, a marker, magic marker, any type of writing instrument that's going to last. And you want to put your initials on it. And you want to say something simple. You don't have to, this is just a simple one. You don't have to do a huge ritual about it. You want to say something like, bring me success and prosperity. You can actually do a commanding oil with this, and you can actually double this up with a commanding spell. Okay. Using a toothpick or needle, I use, like I talked about, a porcupine quill. You want to mark the candles, and if anybody has been in my spell casting class, then you guys know what how to mark your candle, how to carve in your candle. You want to carve in any signs that represent money to you. This could be a dollar sign, a rune sign, a Feu sign, which is like prosperity. It could be a success and prosperity symbol. It could be a goddess. It could be a sigil. And it could be actually the symbol of a planet that represents money to you. Okay, so you want to anoint the offering candle with the oils from top to bottom, because the reason why you do that is, I don't have one of those candles with me. So let's just say this is a candle, green candle. So you want to bring in, start with the candle here, and you want to anoint your candle this way with your oil, because you're bringing it to you, right? You're bringing it to you. So you want to start with the wick and bring it down. Top to bottom, hold the candle between your palms if you want to, and you can just roll it like that if you want to, starting with the top all the way down to the bottom. So you would go like this, all the way down to the bottom. But I just started and do it this way and run it that way. And you want to direct your energy into the candles as you are saying this. Let me catch up on comments. Yeah, Mariah's like, I'm out of green candles. I never, ever can keep green candles. Ever. I use way too many of them. And Shelly said, replying to Mariah, me too, I need to fire up my candle maker. Yeah. Hey, Ellen, thanks for joining us. What do you think about adding a genetic link, hair, nails? Yes, you can also do that if you want it to be more potent and you want to do more of a signature on it. Add your what I call the essence, which is going to be anything that belongs to you. Your hair, your nails, your spit, your urine if you're pissing people off, your blood if you want to do some blood magic. So any kind of form of essence will bring it more prosperity and will bond you longer and stronger to that spell. Now you're fine, Ellen. So after you do that, you want to put all of your energy into the candle. And then you want to write a petition. I love petitions, and I teach this to my clients, is that you take a piece of paper, and a lot of us have done petitions in my coven, and you write on the piece of paper what you want, specifically the amount of money that you want. You write your name on it, you put your sigils on it, and you fold it towards you, and you want to turn it clockwise so you can bring it to you. Then you want to seal it with anointing oil and dab it in all four corners and in the middle to seal it. Okay. Then after the candle, then you want to light the candle, let it burn down. Now, after you do the candle and it burns down with all the herbs and everything, and if you have herbs that go with it, okay, you put the magnetic sand around it, because I usually put it either around it or I put it on top of it so it holds it, okay? And with the cinnamon and the oil and the different herbs, and this is all in the class that I teach. So let the candle burn completely down, and after you're finished with the candle burning completely, well, you can actually do this while it's doing it. It just depends on how you do divination. Some people wait until they actually have it melted completely down at the base. Some people watch it while it's burning. I watch it while it's burning because I want to see any signs, symbols, sigils, omens, any resistance that's coming up while it's burning. So I watch it. So while you're doing, and breath, you're right, Neely, breath. Yeah, Mariah calls them fetish leaks. So you can either watch the candle burning and do wax divination, or you can wait till it's completely done and look at the bottom of either the candle or the bottom where all the waxes has settled and do some wax divination there. So you want to combine all the ashes and the wax and all the leftover stuff together, and the magnetic sand and your herbs for prosperity, your cinnamon, and you want to put it all together in your jar. And then you want to add your 9 pennies. Okay? And then I have a Marie Laveau prosperity sigil that while this is burning, I would be writing and drawing. And then I will add that talisman for wealth and luck into that jar. So if you have used, like, you know, we talked about the rune, the US dollars. If you want to write that on separate paper and add it, you can. If you just want to write it on your petition, you can do that also. But I have a specific talisman for wealth and luck for Marie Laveau. So I will write that on a separate paper and add that into the jar. And then you want to bury it in the earth as close to your house as possible. And I would suggest the front yard, closest to your door. And if you don't have a yard, put it in a pot closest to your front door. And then that brings success, prosperity into your life, into your house, into your home, into your business. If you have an actual brick and mortar business, this is great for actually bringing that money into that business. Yeah, Ellen Brooks is replying to Mariah's fetish links. I have never heard of it called fetish links until maybe 6 months ago. It's always been essence for me, but it's the same thing. Hey, Susan, thanks for joining us. So that is a simple, I love jars. So any kind of jars, try to save your jars so you can do this magical working and put it in your front yard. Like I said, if you don't have a yard, put it in the front pot. If you have a business, bury in front of your business. Okay. So you bring that wealth and prosperity. And another thing that you can do is, I want to, while the candle is burning, I always put either extra runes around the candle, or I put tarot decks or cards around the candle that represents the spell that I'm working on. Now, here's a couple things, because my clients tell me, well, I don't want to use my tarot deck. This is a really nice tarot deck. I'm connected to it. I don't want to use it for spell work. You can either use that deck for spell work, or you can buy a separate deck, some cheap deck off, you know, the internet for $5 or $10 that is dedicated just to spell work. Okay, and you'll put that around your spell work. So let me pull a card for new money. So you may want to put the Ace of Cups around your spell while it is burning. So the aces are brand new beginnings. Money is has to do with pentacles, has to do with money, finances. If you are in my tarot class, you should know that. Okay. Yeah, exactly what I said. Nails is something personal of yourself. So that is your signature, that this is, and it connects you to your spell more. Hey, Lacey, how are you, my sister? So let's see what other spells, what other cards would you use to put on a money spell? And I'm going to pull them. So type them in the comments, and I'll pull some more cards. So you want to really add runes. You want to add witches runes if you have them. Tarot cards. Bring in the goddesses that you work with. This is another one that you may want to bring in. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And the King of Pentacles also is a great one. And you want to set these around your tarot deck. I mean, your prosperity spell. This is one that you should absolutely have when you are doing prosperity spells. Is the Ten of Pentacles. You must have this on your tarot, in your spell, on your spell. can't talk today. And one more. This would be a good one to get new thoughts on how to bring more money into your life. The Ace of Cups. New ideas to make more money, new clients, new ways of doing things. And let me find that one card that I love so much for prosperity spells. Love this one. She would go on there too. You want to bring in your inner wisdom when it comes to money and pulling from that. Maybe the Ten of Cups, so it brings in happiness for you. And I'm trying to find it. You may want the Star card, so everybody will be drawn to you. So you may want to bring the Star card into your spell work, so you shine bright. And definitely the World card. Bring in the World card for your spell, for money. And this is the card I was looking for. The Sun card. And then this is my girl. She's my favorite one, the Nine of Pentacles. So those are the cards that I would put together and surround that spell while you are doing your prosperity spell. Okay. Let me catch up on comments. All right, so any questions so far? I would love to see you make that spell and make that jar and work with a deity that you love for abundance. Sorry, prosperity. You can have abundance if you want to, but I want some money. We all need money in our life. I hate to, it's like, we still live in the mugger world. We still have to have money to live, to pay our bills, to actually do things to be successful as far as money-wise. You still fucking need money. You know, that's why people have a problem with, especially heart-centered people, have a problem with charging their gifts. And a lot of people have issues with charging, or they feel that, oh, you're gifted, you should do it for free. No, it doesn't pay the bills. What do you think of photocopying those cards? You can. Absolutely, you can. Photocopy them. You can write on them if you have a photocopy. And if you're doing anything releasing or anything, those are great to cut, to burn, or to tear. Making copies of your decks, for sure. So does anybody else want a good idea, Victoria? Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Replay the ingredients again for the jar. Yeah. And a green candle. Green and gold or silver. But I love green and gold. So anybody want a card from this prosperity deck? Prosperity deck. Yeah. Anybody want a card? And then we'll pull some cards. That's a great one to do on the full moon or the new moon, depending on what you want to bring in. Let's see. Good heart, don't put food on the table. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And Victoria wants a card from the money deck. So let's pull a card. Oh, that's a good one. So this really isn't about money. I guess it could be, but it says that you are surrounded by positive people. And that's a really good card to get for money. People who are going to lift you up, people who are going to manifest their desires, and people who are really on the same vibe as you are. That's really important. Really, really important. I love that one. It's a good card to get because, I mean, who wants to be surrounded by negative dumbass? Lack of a better word. So Shelly says, so I can use silver instead of gold. Yes, because silver, right, represents money also. So, and Ellen wants one. Okay, let's see what we got, Ellen. Ah, this is a good one for you. It is safe for me to accept money. So do you have a problem asking for money? Do you have a problem receiving money? And this goes a little bit deeper. This goes deeper into your subconscious and your worthiness. So this is telling you that it is safe for you to accept money. And Neely wants one. Ah, Neely. Wow. All right. I forgive and release my financial stress with love. I think we all need to hear that, especially Neely, because me and you have talked about some stuff. So this is a really good card for you. I forgive and release my financial stress with love. That's a good one. I like that one too. And Alicia wants one. Let's see what we got, Alicia. I think it's Alicia. My niece's name is Alicia, but I know my friends, another friend of mine is named Alicia, and they kind of spell the same. Oh, I love this one too. I have permission to shine and be successful. Ooh, lots of yellow in that card. Lots of happiness. You have permission to shine and be successful. A lot of us have blocks against that, right? Being successful, having it all. Because, I mean, we've been taught our entire life, you're never going to have it all. At least I have. I've been told that you can't have it all. You have to have one or the other. You can't have everything, right? And Brennan wants one. So we have to break through some of those things that we were taught from society, that we can't have it all, women can't have it all. You have either have one or the other. So this is for Brennan. Brennan. So, wow. I deserve to be financially independent. So who are you relying on for financial money, financial freedom that you need to break free from? You deserve to be financially independent so that you can grow and not having to rely on someone else. And that's the one thing, one of the reasons why I always went to school and got my degree. Because I always had a problem asking people for money or relying on people to give me money so I can do what I wanted to do. And I've always had a problem with that. I've always I will be damned if I ask people for money to pay, especially a man. I had an issue with men. Asking them if I can, hey, can I have this to pay this? Can I, have $20 to go get my nails done? Or can I buy, this expensive perfume? Or can I buy the name brand, mayo instead of the off brand? And I hated to have to be at the mercy of someone else's yes. I hated that shit. So that's why I always had I was always very independent financially, and that's one of the thriving reasons why I actually got an education, because I was like, I'll be damned if I ever ask anybody for money. So not a girl. I know you're silver. Get a silver one. Sparkle that shit out. Glitter is another one that you can put in your spell work. Is lots of gold glitter, lots of silver glitter. Hey Jennifer, thanks for joining us. Thanks Neely, I hope you enjoyed it. Everyone is like, yes, yes. And Jennifer wants a financial card. So Jennifer, let's see what's going on. This is a good one. I'm attracting, oops, let me get it closer. I'm attracting abundant people into my life. So that means you are bringing in people, attracting people that are on the same wave as you, and people who don't have that lack mentality. It's always like you surround yourself with people who you want to be. So if you want to be, and I hate to be like, but if you want to have more money, if you want to be rich, if you want to prosper, it doesn't mean money as rich as in like money. It could be rich in whatever you want it to be rich in. You have to surround yourself with people who hold that you accountable, who hold that bar for you, who are living the great life, who are, know your struggles. So surround yourself with people that are abundant around you. Brennan says, oh boy, I feel and know this. Yes. And that's why I love these cards. These cards I love them because they give you permission to be in the kind of that shadow working of, I need money to pay the bills. I got to have this right now. It's okay to have that mentality, because the reality of it is that you've got to have it. You've got to have it to make the world go around. Oh, Becky wants one. Oh gosh, Becky wants one. All right, let's see what Becky says. Let's see what Becky's card is. Wow. This is an interesting one. I release any fear of being wealthy with love and forgiveness. So this is an interesting one. Dig a little bit deeper, and I've had to go through this too. What issues do you have with wealthy people? And I've had to do a lot of digging deep into what a wealthy person represents to me. And to me, when I was bringing up all the feelings of money and wealth, I was like, wealthy people to me are horrible people. So that stopped me in my tracks from becoming and receiving money and becoming wealthy. Because I always found that wealthy people were corrupt. They didn't do really, really positive things in the community. And I had a bad taste for people who were wealthy. I thought that they were very pretentious. I thought that they don't give a shit about themselves. They're superficial, right? And then I had to really whoa, I've got to really think about what this wealth issue that I have is with wealthy people. So I did a lot of digging up on people who are considered wealthy and how they give back to the community and what they give back to the community. And I had to really disassociate myself with what I saw in social media, and I had to find the positive people that did really good things with their money. And then I had to write myself, and I was like, if I had this amount of money, what could I do with this amount of money? What would I do to give back? What charity would I give back? First of all, if I made a whole bunch of money, I would buy my mother a housekeeper, so she wouldn't have to pay a house, or not pay, so she wouldn't have to clean the house every day, because she's getting elderly. So it's kind of hard for her to clean the house every day. If I had this money, what lives could I change with the money that I had? And so I had to change the way I thought about wealth. So it was very interesting that you got this card, Becky, because I resonated with this card for a long time. I hate wealthy people. I hated them. And I had to figure out why I was afraid to be wealthy and responsibility of what came along with being wealthy. So it's very interesting. All right, Neely, we'll see you later. Say hello to the girls for me. And Shelly. Did I miss you, Shelly? I thought I got you. Maybe not. Shelly wants a card. Ah! I am all I need to manifest wealth. Yep, it's all within your hands. Like we talked about pricing, it's all up to you to write that $10 on that damn cookie. Write $10 on that damn cookie. Write it. See what happens. See what happens. It's all up to you. When I was younger, we would drive through our neighborhoods, and I said to my dad, I wish I had. Yeah, I wish I had. Pretentious and superficial. Yes, I had a problem with wealthy people. Shelley said his response was, they aren't richer, they are just more in debt. Yep. Yep. I get that a lot. I still get that a lot. And I've been in debt, even especially when I was like in college. Because when you first go to college, they give you all these freaking credit cards. And that's why it took me a long time to get myself out of debt, worked myself out of debt. And I refuse to go back into debt, which, by the way, pisses you off, because if you are not in debt, you don't have this wonderful credit score, and it has nothing to do with you not paying your bills. It's because, and this is a whole other tangent, but it's because they want you to be in debt. It's stupid as hell. I went through a period of time where I was like, I'm paying cash for everything. I'm not getting a credit card. And then when I went to go get a car, they were like, where you have no credit. And I'm like, yes, thank you. I've worked really hard on that. And they're like, no credit is just as bad as having bad credit. I'm like, what the fuck? But I worked really hard on not having any credit. I have cash. So that's just a no other system. Sometimes you just have to work the system. You have to work the game. You just have to get fucking credit cards, unfortunately, if you want to be a part of the whole credit card thing and credit score. It is mind-blowing. This is the Abundance deck by, oh my gosh, what is her name? Ethany Dawn. And I believe you can still get it, maybe. She has actually put some of her decks in retirement, but it's on at Ethany Dawn. Yeah, Shelly's like, I paid for cash but had no credit score. I feel you. That's all a scam. I wish we could just get away with banks and not have banks and all that other kind of shit. So anyways, that's a whole other thing. So how many of you are going to start working with prosperity the next couple months and doing some magical spell work? Yeah, I hate credit cards too. I hate credit cards with a passion because I have a bad issue because I was so much in debt when I was in college from credit cards, and I worked so hard to get out of debt. So we just have I have a bad just association with credit cards just in general, but they can be good if you know how to run the game. If you know how to use them correctly, they can be really good. And I've had to learn that. Yay, Jennifer's gonna do it. Yay! And so by paying a housekeeper, you will give someone living, which will in turn provide more abundance and prosperity. Exactly. So I would get massages once a month. I would have a actual membership to a massage place, especially with my muscles getting all kind of funky. I would do a lot more of my taking care of myself and my body than what I have been doing. I would love to have a private chef and just cook me up some wonderful meals so I don't have to like try to figure out how to cook healthy, because I'm very much a Southern person and I love Southern cooking, and that's what I grew up on. So that's what I know. I would love to be able to switch that around. So if I just had all my stuff lined up in my kitchen and my refrigerator, this is Monday, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday, then I wouldn't even have to worry about that. And I know it's healthy, and I wouldn't have to try to figure it out. Oh, prosperity potion for the full moon. Awesome. And that's another thing that you can do, is you can do prosperity potions also, but lotion, whatever you want to put on your skin for prosperity, that's a really good thing to do too. I got some classes to buy. You do, Brennan. You didn't even know how much I needed to hear this. I'm putting out my holiday baking, but do it. Do it. Now is the time to do, especially since it's the holidays and you can make a big chunk of change during the holidays. But for me, for you and Shelly, it goes deeper than the actual money for you. It goes to how you were raised. It goes to your subconscious. It goes to what blocks you have. It goes to worthiness. So it's deeper than just putting a price on there. That's why you're like, I don't want to charge $10. I don't want to charge $10. I want you to price something at $10 the next time, just so you can feel what it's like. Whether you sell it or not, the actual act of manifesting that and getting rid of your money blocks and working with that knowledge of I have the power to ask anything I want to price at. I have the power to control my wealth. That is what I want you to do. Whether anybody buys it or not, the fact that you actually broke through that and wrote that $10 down on that cookie is more than actually someone buying it. That's going to be priceless to you, because you're going to break through that barrier. Sigils and lotion. Yep, sigils and lotion. Do it. All right, my witchy sisters, this is it for Witchy School of Wisdom Wednesday. Work on your prosperity jars. I gave you some cool stuff that you should get started on. And look for things that are coming up in the next few days, some hella cool announcements coming up. And if you're in my inner circle, you already had some of those. But that's not all of them. I didn't let all of the cat out of the bag to everybody yet. So I just wanted to give those inner circle women a sneak peek of what's going on. Now, next week, we are in my online coven. We are going to be setting our altars, our intentions for 2020. So we are going to be gathering together in sacred space, in circle, in collective energy as we work our altars for 2020, our intentions. So I'm looking forward to the people in our inner circle with that. If you want to get in on that, that is $27 a month. So if you want to join us in setting sacred space, working your prosperity, or working whatever altar you need to do for 2020 and setting your intentions, get in on that. And that will be next week. All right, my Witchy School of Wisdom, share pictures of any of your jars, anything that comes up for you, and look for some new themes and new graphics coming your way. All right, my witchy sisters, light and love, not really. We love you, though. And witch on and make the next couple days kick ass and prosperous. We'll talk to you later. See you in the group.